Hi, math lovers. Welcome to notes number 28. We're working on solving more equations. I'm on lesson 1.6. I've got 3 problems for us pulled out today. Kind of big ones, all right? Kind of big problems. We're staring at the first one, number 55. I have x squared minus 5, the quantity raised to the 3/2 power equals 27. I need to get rid of that 3/2. What can I do to get rid of the 3/2? It really would be nice if I could get rid of it. Maybe raise it to the 3/2? Yeah, that's not going to work. What if I raised it? I know. What if I raised it to the reciprocal of 3/2? Let's see if that works. So that would be 3/2, and then I raised it to the reciprocal, which would be 2/3. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this. Pa-choo, 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 right? It all falls out, and that's left all by itself. Then I have the 27 on the other side. Well, let's think of 27 as 3/3 to the third. And we'll raise that also to the 2/3. Oh my goodness, look at how great this is. The 3's go ahead and they fall out. Pa-choo. And I'm left with 3 to the 2nd power. That's really nice. 3 to the 2nd power, that gives me 9. Oh, sweet. So I have x squared minus 5 equals 9. All right, so awesome. We're almost done with this problem. What I need to do is move the 5 over. So x squared, add 5 to both sides, is 14. And so I have x is equal to plus or minus root 14. All right, great. Nice problem. And then there's number 49. You'll notice I have a lot of space here. Okay, you get ready? I know you're going to love this one. All right, so I'm thinking to myself, I need to get rid of the square roots to get to the x's. They're trapped underneath the square root symbol. Sure would be nice if I could square both sides. Wouldn't it be nice if I could square both sides? That would be delightful, okay? But before I do that, because I'm going to have all sorts of foiling going on, why don't I get this by itself? The square root of x plus 2. Let's keep this by itself, and let's move this over to the other side. So I'd have the square root of 2x minus 3 minus 1, all right? So now I'm ready to go ahead, and I'm going to raise both these sides to the high power of 2. All right, this side's easy. The square root and the square, they just fall apart, so I have x plus 2. That's great. But over here, a little bit more work. I'm going to have to FOIL the square root minus 1. So let's see, I've got a square root of 2x minus 3 times the square root of 2x minus 3 is just going to be 2x minus 3. That's easy enough. And then I'm going to have minus the square root of 2x minus 3. Nice that that's a 1 there, isn't it? Minus the square root of 2x minus 3. And then negative 1 squared, of course, is plus 1. I can clean this up. Let's make it x plus 2 equals, let's see, 2x, the minus 3, and the plus 1. That's going to give me a minus 2 root 2x minus 3. All right, well, I still have one square root in there, just one, not 2 of them. How about I bring this on over, and I bring this on over. So I'm going to have negative, let's see, negative x, bring that over, plus 4 equals negative 2 root 2x minus 3. All right, getting there. Now, something you guys might not know about me, I am really terrible with negative signs. I tend to lose them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply everything through by a negative 1. So that's going to change the sign here, and I have just one negative sign to work with. If you're not afraid, that's fine, but I tend to make mistakes, so I'm going to go ahead and write it that way. So let's see, I've got x minus 4, the quantity squared. I'm ready to square both sides now. No fear, just jumping right in. Left side, if I FOIL that, oh, it's going to be beautiful, isn't it? Good thing I have all this space. X squared minus 8x plus 16. That's awesome. And then this side I get to I just square it. So that's going to be 4 times the quantity 2x minus 3. Oh, do you notice now our goal has finally been reached? We finally got to the point where we got rid of our square roots. We can now start to solve this problem. So that's going to be 8x minus 12. All right, I got a square. I'm going to need to bring all these terms over so that I could use my factoring. So it'll be x squared minus 16x. Bring the 12 over. So I've got 12 plus 16, which is 28, equals 0. All right, now stop. Stare at it. Stare at it. Let it talk to you. Can you factor that? Yeah, you can. Good for you. All right, go to your trinomial factoring, x and x. The signs are going to be the same. They're going to both be subtraction. And so how about 14 and 2? All right. So I know x is equal to 2, or x is equal to 14, right? Now, this is the fun part. You thought you were done, but you're not. You're not done at all, okay? What you need to do is you need to take these numbers and put them back into the original to check, to make sure they work, all right? So let's stop and do that. All right, so let's put the 2 back in. So let's so that we'll have 2 plus 2 minus the square root of 2 times 2 minus 3. Does that equal -1? Is the square root of 4 minus the square root of 1, does that equal -1? Nope. No, it's 4. So 4 minus 1 would be 3. That does, I'm sorry, 2. 2 minus 1 would not be, that would be +1 equals -1. That is not true. So this is called what we call extraneous. All right, so it's definitely not going to be 2. Let's put the 14 back in. We got to check the 14. This is a 5-minute problem. Do you see it? Do you see why I picked this one for us to do today? All right, be careful of these. You'll see them on your test. 28 minus 3, which is 25. Look at this. Is 4 minus 5, does that equal to -1? Yes. Okay, so we have a good answer here. We've got 14. Okay, that's a really nice problem. Really, really nice problem. Okay. Let's see. Let's do one more. All right, we'll do one more for you today. Let's do number 69. Need more space for number 69. All right. Now this one is a doozy because I got fractions. All right. We're not afraid of fractions, not at all. We worked with these in the prerequisite chapter. You guys were really good with that. All right. So what you want to go ahead and do is find that common denominator right off the top of my head, because you know I dream of factoring. I look at problems and all I do is want to factor them. You probably do too. Is I'm thinking about this being the factors, right? And this is also the x minus 2x plus 2. This is also my least common denominator. So because it's an equation, let's go ahead and multiply everything by x minus 2x plus 2, all right? So if I multiply this term, I'm just left with an x. Oh, that's so beautiful. And then here, these two would fall out, so I'm left with x minus 2. And over here, I've got 3 times the quantity, x minus 2 times x plus 2. You all know exactly what that is. That's x squared minus 4. So what you probably want to do is you want to go ahead and multiply, distribute that 3 in. So you have 3x squared minus 12. Over here, I got 2x minus 2. Oh, this is beautiful. All right, now, let me tell you something. You stare at this problem. It's a squared. You're going to have to factor or use quadratic formula. This is what we call the leading coefficient, all right? And I like to think of this as the diva of the problem. And you know what you do with a diva? You always keep her positive, all right? So let's bring all the terms over to her. So let's bring the 3x. This 3x squared stays there. Let's bring the 2x, so it's minus 2x. And I'm going to add the 2, so I've got minus 10. Okay. Well, friends, stare at it. Let it talk to you. Do you know how to factor that one? Yeah, I don't either. Okay, so we got to use our quadratic formula Now, if you took my advice the other day and programmed your TI-84 or your Inspire or your computer to solve for the quadratic formula, you'd be done. But if you didn't, like me, I still haven't done it. You know, I'm old school, and there's nothing better for me to do in the afternoon than make a video that's got quadratic formula on it. I love it. All right, so x is equal to negative b, so that's going to be 2 plus or minus the square root of b squared. Now I'm feeling a little crazy. I'm going to go ahead and just write the 4 down. Minus 4 times a, which is 3, times c, which is negative 10, all over 2a, so 2 times 3. Okay, so x is equal to 2 plus or minus the square root of, that's 12 times 10. That's 120, negative times negative. So that's going to be 124 all over 6. I'm thinking 124. That's going to be 4 times 31. So I've got x is equal to 2 plus or minus 2 root 31 all over 6. Now, I got to tell you, when you're looking at that, back in the algebra, when I used to teach Algebra 1, I probably had your parents in Algebra 1. Don't laugh. I might have had your parents in Algebra 1. I've been in Morristown that long. I used to make the kids break it up into 2 fractions like this, so I was sure that they divided both of them similarly. So you would have 1/3 and plus or minus, and the 2 goes in, so root 31 over 3. Okay? So that's a great problem, absolutely great problem. And I'm going to leave it there for today. Have fun on your problem set. Have a good time. Enjoy the problems.